My fish fam, it's Nikachu Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother.
I'm here.
And we are here to demonstrate a gift that came out of Duskmourn House of Horrors, the Floodpits Drowner. Floodpits Drowner. This is a 2-mana, 2/1 Merfolk. It's got Flash. It's got Vigilance, which is actually incredible to have on a Merfolk. And when it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it, which means it's not untapping next turn. And pay a blue 1 generic, tap it, shuffle Floodpits Drowner, and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's libraries. This, I wish I had access to this card 6 years ago. This card is unbelievably great.
It's busted.
Definitely buy 4 copies. It's going to be a great toolbox card. Now, that being said, I actually don't think it's very good in the very current metagame between all the Bowmasters or just the lack of creatures to even tap in general. But we're going to play test it with it anyway. It's just in my last list, or my last regular list, replacing Silvergill Adept for the Floodpits Drowner. And so I do expect that this is just way better than Trickster. I think Trickster is just pushed out of the game. I've been saying that for a long time. As you see, I've been shaving Trickster, Merfolk Trickster between the main and the sideboard. Very recently, I got rid of the Merfolk Trickster, which is why I'm not really looking for this type of tap your stuff down effect. But this, I believe, is in 80% of situations, Floodpits Drowner is just way better than Merfolk Trickster. This is just strictly better overall.
You heard it.
Yeah, you heard it from me first. So, I mean, I'm going to be super down on Merfolk Trickster, super high on Floodpits Drowner. So let's check this card out in a league. We lost the die roll, but we do have Aether Vial on the draw, and we have Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper, so we have a bit of a mana screw plan, so I'm going to keep it. But, the hand is a little threat light. It's got, 4 land, basically 4 mana sources. Glasspool Mimic needs to hit a creature, and hitting the Tide Shaper sucks, but hitting the Lord of Atlantis is going to be perfect. We're going to start this party off with Cavern of Souls Merfolk into our Aether Vial. And with our opponent playing Scalding Tarn, hopefully they're on a blue deck. A blue deck that has many counter spells. So many counter spells that they have to force the Aether Vial. Okay, that's fair.
That's a strong.
That's a win for us, in my opinion.
Because you got better things than that.
Okay, what are they on? Oh, they might be on Living End. Is this a Living End deck? Because they could still have Force Negation in their deck. They put Flage in the graveyard. Oh, okay, this is just Sky Control then. Just Sky Control, which actually is going to make the Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper relatively fine. Because if you just hit one of these, or I should say we should hit Mystic Gate. If we hit Mystic Gate with, say, Spreading Seas, then the opponent will have a very hard time casting the escape part of the Flage. So I'm going to play Otawara, and we shall pass.
These mana fixing cards are so weird.
Going to have to make a move.
Nor in the Wary.
No, it's not going to happen. A lot of people excited that you're excited about Nor in the Wary. Prismatic Ending, I'll let it resolve. I don't think it's worth fighting over. We can mostly play at sorcery speed. It's not a big deal. Interestingly enough, our opponent has no red mana for this Flage. Another Aether Vial. I mean, all right. Well, we might as well just keep it going. Yeah. I was thinking, do I want to play Tide Shaper and decide?
Finally, hit the
play
board.
Tide Shaper. Yeah. That's it. Okay. I was like, oh no, I have 2 Aether Vial in my hand. Well, here's a rare moment where having a bunch of Aether Vials were great.
Big.
What is this for 3 mana?
Force Negation.
Oh, they meant to get some blue mana. They're gonna play Teferi. Teferi is Null Drifter. That's a nasty one. 3 mana, draw 2. Okay, so they have Consigned to Memory in their deck.
Hopefully he'll resign to game soon.
Okay, here's probably the first of 2 red mana sources. Which is a bit of a problem for me. Because they can go fetch red source. I can't stop that either. Floodpits Drowner. Okay, so we have a way of actually dealing with this Flage at some point. I guess I'm going to...
Yeah.
I don't want to do nothing with my turn here, so I think I'm going to play Spreading Seas, hit the plains, so that if we hit Harbinger of the Seas, we'll completely lock them out, because otherwise they have the plains available. If they go for Flage, we're just going to be really careful. If they go for Flage, we'll play Floodpits and then shuffle it back out into the deck.
Ha!
Which Trickster could not do. That was not something Trickster could do.
Trickster, you're out. You're old school. You're old hat.
Are you in or are you out?
Big. Not bad.
Overall, the hand is not too bad. Overall, we've got
big
like
up on
big chunk of lords. Oh, they're still not getting red sources. All right, so they're prior. So I guess when we attack the plains with the Spreading Seas, they were under the impression, oh, we must have Harbinger of the Seas in our hand, and that's what we're trying to go for. Is this gonna be like another Flage, or is this going to be? Oh, there's a red source. The hell is this? I don't know anything for 4 mana. Or are they trying to play Flage, but they have no red? They don't have double red. Do you even know how to cast Flage? No, they're probably trying to do something else. Okay, here's Null Drifter. Another one. So sure. Now here, if they try to keep it with Consigned to Memory, we are definitely going to force negate that. It's too strong. It's a pretty big creature. And force negating is not too bad. What the hell is this? Oh, Dress Down?
Dress Down.
Dress Down's too late, right? Like the Evoke is still on the stack. Oh, they're... Oh! Very interesting with Replicate. So they're going to counter... I can't counter... So they're playing around Force Negation. That's actually really smart. That's pretty smart you did over there, opponent. All right.
So he's going to draw 4 cards?
No. What's going to happen is they're countering their Evoke, but the thing is they copied it. They played Consigned to Memory, which I was going to force negate, but then they replicated it with Consigned to Memory. So now there's 2 targets, and I can't counter both of them. All right, you win this one. So now I guess we're going to Floodpits Drowner that thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to, I guess, Tide Shaper the Mountain.
Mm-hmm. I want to see this in action. Big.
Yeah, something's going to be seen in action. Might as well curve out while we do this.
Goodbye.
The red, so Flage is still not a big deal.
What about the Drowner?
I got a Vial. Well, I guess there is a world where they... Well, I actually still want to do it on their turn, but there is a world where they consign to memory the Ether Vial. Tappy tappy. And I don't want it to attack because it has Annihilator 1.
Ooh.
That is very dangerous.
It danger.
It does danger. Yeah, it does danger. It danger big time. Now, the great thing about this is I'm allowed to attack them next turn because it has Vigilance, and then I can choose to pay 2 mana, tap it, and shuffle a creature away with a counter on it. You got another island. Islands for days.
No.
The One Ring. Shoot. I don't really want that to resolve.
Yeah.
But they clearly have like 2 mana for counterspell here.
We don't know that.
Well, you know what? I have a pretty good guess, you know? What are we doing with this thing? Anything? I could let this resolve. Then play Glasspool Mimic, copy this thing. Oh no, but this is counterable. Okay, I'll hope that there's no counterspell in hand. Or if there are, they can't hit the Force Negation.
Ha!
Alright, it resolved.
I knew it.
I was still not thrilled with what happened there.
Null Drifter's pretty cheap for having Annihilator on it.
Sink it to Stupor is great, but another blue source. So I think we're going to keep our Floodpits Drowner now. It's just how it's going to be. Well, hold on, wait a second. I'm going to hit for 4, 8, 12. Not nearly enough. I guess
good,
we're just
though.
going to hit for 6, Violin Allure, then Violin Allure on our turn. If they go for Snapcaster Mage here, we can Violin Allure. It's not a big deal. It's possible this is where they play another One Ring. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Steam Vents #1. What the hell is this? Oh, they're just going to hardcast a Null Drifter? They're dead. I mean, okay, so they can find, I guess, Solitude. I guess that's the line. They could find some Solitudes. But it's not going to be enough. See, are they going to concede to just this one Lord? I mean, they're dead to that one Lord. The best would be to draw a blue source, so I can sink into Stupor the thing. Well, okay, that is. I guess now we're gonna play Sink untapped, take 3 life, and now we have enough creatures that we can just
Wipe him off the face of the earth.
yeah, basically.
Prepare to be vaporized, pal.
Just not gonna do anything. Pass priority, let them die. Excellent.
-6.
So this will be a matchup where Floodpits Drowner should be good. Should be great, actually. This is a matchup where normally I would be siding out the Merfolk Trickster because Merfolk Trickster is so bad in these matchups. But I'm gonna keep it in because like, hey, 2/1 Vigilance, and I can actually rip a Flage from the battlefield back into their deck. Beautiful.
Merfolk Trickster used to be your phone wallpaper. It was
good.
Actually,
yeah. Well, then Sveilun came and it was just a lot better. Okay, cards that we don't want. Richmond Dockhand is just too small, too puny. Spreading Seas is not necessary. Like, I think this is a very good matchup. I keep hearing from people that they're losing. I'm sorry, you just have to get good. My opponent played 3. They removed like 2 of our Ether Vials, and I kept my cool and still won. Cards we basically want all of these: the Subtleties, the Tishana's Tidebinder, and the Hexcatcher. That puts me at 62. So this is where maybe I'm going to be okay. I'll take out 1 Harbinger of the Sea, just 1, and I'll take out 1 Floodpits Drowner. I think I'll keep the rest. Yeah, I think I'll keep the rest. Our opponent has apparently a lot of basics, so I don't know if I have to depend on the Harbinger of the Sea. Like, in my opinion, I think I can win whether they go get basics or not. Okay, this hand's great. I'm going to keep. Has a lot of critical great cards.
What does the DB mean again? Deadbeat? Deadbeat Nikachu?
In what? Oh, DB. Not quite. There it is, your worst nemesis. You have Spell Pierce this time? I'm probably just going to get a Surveil land.
Surveil this.
Yeah. Gonna get a little extra info. Get some intel. Put a card on top. They like their card. Maybe it's gonna be Prismatic Ending for this damn thing. They aggressively tried to attack this card. Aggressive. It was very aggressive.
Oh, that shade of red and blue on that one land is just so satisfying.
Oh, you like that?
They're perfect colors.
The Pepsi colors.
Yeah.
Call it the Pepsi Falls. Again, they just don't like it. For some reason, they just don't like me.
It's dangerous.
So
Let's get dangerous.
I'm just trying to figure out. So we definitely want to put ourselves in a situation where we are going to Tide Shaper the Plains, then play Harbinger of the Seas. I just have a feeling that they have a removal spell here. Alternatively, they might have Spell Snare up, and they're trying to hit like a 2-drop. So anyway, I'm just gonna pass, and I'm gonna play Floodpits Drowner at end of turn, and then we'll.
Oh, it has flash.
It has flat. Look,
This card is just getting better.
My brother's just learning more and more things about this card as we keep playing this game.
And vigilance.
And vigilance.
I wasn't even.
Has 2 power and all. I can cast off Mutavault mana.
That's amazing.
Something I can't do with you, Lord of Atlantis.
Or Trickster.
Or Trickster, that's right. See, this Trickster already superior. Superior Trickster.
Counterable spells.
Oh, it looks like the white mana is the more sensitive mana this time. Teferi.
Can't put a
So
stun
I
counter on
play.
him.
I'm actually just going to flare this.
You can put a stun counter on a Planeswalker?
No, but I can flare the damn thing. Teferi's too strong. I don't really have a good option. I could play the Drowner, let them bounce my Drowner, and then I attack it with my Mutavault, but that would... I just really don't like the line.
Look at that play he just did.
Yeah, look at that play. Well, if we go Harbinger here, it's not impressive. I think it's slightly more impressive. Why did I get the Mountain? I think it's slightly more impactful if we play the Tide Shaper this turn. We hit the white source. There's more white cards in this deck than red cards. This is the only thing we can choke them on anyway. They got lots of planes. Yeah, that's why I sided one out. I just sided one out. No big deal.
McDonnelly at Monopols.
Turns out playing the Harbinger of the Seas might have been better. Oh, no, it wouldn't have changed anything. They still had the white and red. Well, next turn looks like we have to play a Harbinger of the Seas. And they still can't cast the back half of the Flage because they only have white, red. They need like one more mountain to make it work. Don't get me wrong. They have all their colors. I mean...
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled with our position here.
It's pretty good, though.
I was more thrilled with game 1. Oh, there's another Flage. But we have another Harbinger. And they are running out of cards. This land does nothing for me. This resolves. It resolves. Pass.
Well, you're head on board.
Yeah, to some degree. I have my Harbinger here. My sweet little Harbinger.
Huh.
They only have lands. Maybe we're okay. Prismatic Ending for 3. One Ring. Solitude.
The Murktide guy. The Drifter.
No, looks like Solitude. Well, it's not being slam dunk played, so I don't know what's going on now. Prismatic Ending for... Oh, Wrath this guy's for 3, sure. They keep finding good answers to my cards.
It's amazing.
How do they keep doing that? Okay, let's start...
Beating his face.
Yeah, attacking for 2 and not leaving us vulnerable to... What's it called? Our Flage eating our lords. Because if we just play a lord, it's just going to die. So we need to now draw Floodpits Drowner. What else? We need... what's it called? Sink at the Stupor would be fine. Yeah, Floodpits Drowner would be the best, I think. Because that could tap this down for enough turns. I mean, I could just shuffle it back into the deck while attacking with Lords and Mutavaults. Our opponent's so low on cards. That is a nice card. Would have been better on turn 1, of course. Well, we did have one on turn 1. And then they eat it up or something with Prismatic Ending. Our opponent has a lot of removal. They're pretty heavy on removal, I would say, for a Jeskai Stifle deck. Or we're just unlucky to run in the few pieces of removal that they have.
That was a lot of removal to run into, though. Oh,
well,
no.
I will say we are in trouble. We're going to get hit for 9 here, and then I have to start sacrificing my Mutavaults to keep our head above water.
When is Flage going to get banned?
Maybe eventually. Like, this is very Uro-like, you know, where, you know, it's hurting a lot of creature-based decks. Burn is not happy about this card at all.
Really? Do you think Burn would be all over this?
No, Burn, well, it's a little too clunky for Burn, but it's like, it's better against Burn than in a Burn deck.
Yeah, we
Tide Shaper.
Finally got something.
We could, well, I guess we're just going to chump block with a Mutavault. Looks like our opponent just had enough resources. Tapping the Cavernous Souls here so I can represent like a double blue counterspell, like Sync, Force Negation, Flare of Denial. Always be very conscious how you tap your mana or what mana you leave up. That represents things. Of course, I'm like representing that I can't play a flash speed card. Oh, we have Tashanda's Tidebinder in a deck that could also help us versus Flage.
All right, the new guy.
The new guy, well, new guy's fine too.
Big.
We're going to have one more turn left to deal with this damn thing. We also have the second problem with them casting the old Flage and bringing it in. That'd be a problem too. Just to get the trigger. Now I can afford to keep the Cavern up because, well, I still have double blue. I probably should have put a Lord in there because I need to draw like Tashanda's Tidebinder or something here or bust. And then I could start attacking immediately. Like I could attack for 2 here. While holding up Tashanda's Tidebinder.
You got nothing. That 3 damage is going to...
Yeah, I know.
Stink you into stupor. Flage doing work.
Yeah, this is just a game. Our interaction wasn't very good. We did have Harbinger of the Seas, but they very comfortably were able to play around that. I mean, we did have cards. Tashanda's Tidebinder, Subtlety.
They were in the deck.
Floodpits Drowner for the, what's it called? Or even in some cases, Sveilun would have been good. Yeah, while they were low on cards.
Oh, you disconnected. Maybe you'll leave.
I don't think so. Okay, I'll resubmit the deck.
Maybe you'll like, see you later.
Bye.
Flage looks like that enemy from Earthbound that you meet in the volcano near the end. That little ball of fire looks exactly like him.
No, I don't see that at all. The ball of fire in the volcano? No, the only thing I can remember in that volcano is Diamond Dog. The ball of fire. If there's any fuzzy pickles out there, you let me know. You give me your opinion if Flage looks like the ball of fire. I'll look this up. Ball of fire, volcano, Earthbound.
Enemy.
Okay, what here looks like this thing?
No, that's Carbon Dog.
Yeah.
Just look up Earthbound volcano enemies, I guess. Where is this guy?
So right now we're on Google looking for this, and just nothing is coming up.
All right, Earthbound enemies. I mean, there's a lot of them, but we'll find it.
Are you sure it's the volcano and
Oh yeah,
not
yeah,
like
no, it's the volcano. Here you go, the Starman one. It's got to be in there.
which one?
Second row, right, very right.
Oh, you mean left?
Very, yeah. No, right.
This one?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Earthbound 1. I'm an idiot.
Okay, well.
All right, we got the game one. We'll look it up later.
Yeah. You won the die roll. I would love to go first. Hand's pretty underwhelming, but I'll keep it. We probably have to make a choice. We're going to have a choice this game. The subtlety or the force of negation. One of them's going to get pitched for the other. Game comes down to a choice. Choice will be decided based on how our opponent plays.
And the cards you draw.
Yeah. Hex Catcher. How does that change how I play here? I think I'm going to play my Lord here. That should work. And then if I draw a third land, that'd be very good. Because then I can hold up either Hex Catcher or the Tishana's Tidebinder. How rude. What do you want to do with that? So subtlety. I don't really like the idea of my opponent catching up on life. But if I like subtlety this, pitch force, they put solitude back on top of their deck, they can do this again. And maybe even do this with consign to memory. Whereas if they solitude here, it's just gone. It's not coming back. I wonder how much damage we do.
A lot.
I don't even know what they're going for. They might hit the Tide Shaper to keep their head, like keep their life total high. Like it's the way I'm thinking right now is they're only doing this because they really think that they've got to. It's a pretty greedy play. Maybe not. They're doing this because they are on the draw. They might be taking substantial damage here. So if I subtlety this, would I be forcing them to use another? Like, I would really rather play this force negation on like a Wrath the Skies if I could, or a Teferi, or a One Ring. Subtletying this Solitude, it's just so awkward. Okay, so they are going for the Lord of Atlantis. That's sort of a good thing, because I at least get to attack for 2. Another Lord. In
Perfect
this
draw.
case, I'm going to go for this again. Man, I would really hate to get hit by a counterspell here. They didn't seem to have any counterspells, at least in game 2. It was just all removal. They were able to side out all their counterspells. Not something a control deck always is able to do. But I'm in a similar... Well, okay, this is not the same situation. Okay, we're going to attack for 2. And then we're just going to pass, and then we're going to play the Hex Catcher on their turn.
Remember the summer of control decks a couple years ago? That was boring.
Summer of Control?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Just blue-white control all the time.
Blue-white control into blue-white control? League's going for hours.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really greedy of them to, like, hold on to this fetch land like this. Because, like, if we get the third land for Tishana's Tidebinder, I mean, that's... It's going to hoit! It's going to hoit. Okay, so we have to play Hexcatcher here. One actually... You know what I think I wasn't thinking about? If they want to... Oh, that's rude. If they wanted to counterspell, say, my Master of the Pearl Trident last turn, they would have to have sacrificed... I say, if they want to play actual counterspell, they would sacrifice the Flooded Strand, but they had Mystical Dispute anyway. Okay, I guess that's gonna get countered. For all I know, they have more mystical disputes.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. Now I can actually hard cast Force or play Tishana's Tidebinder.
It's Tidebinder doing work.
It is. 1 damage at a time.
Where's your Flage now? Your deck is a slot machine, and you came up with zeros, pal.
The only problem here is that if I want to continue to apply pressure, then I have to play the Tishana's Tidebinder, which in that case they can crack their Flooded Strand. Let's see where they are at. Do you have any more lands? Do you want to keep passing the turn and keep getting bashed by a Tide Shaper? No, they do have lands.
Make a move.
I guess we're just going to keep passing the turn back and forth a little bit.
You got all the stuff you need.
Now I can play Subtlety if I really want to.
I think it's in the bag.
Well, it's a little bit more work than that.
6 turn clock.
Okay, so I hit this. They can't go Wrath the Skies for 3, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, can they consign this? They can. I think that's okay. Okay, they don't, so we just ate a land for nothing.
Delicious.
Verdict?
Haven't seen that guy in a while.
Well, they got our 2 creatures. We got a land and a verdict. Interesting. Okay, so well, I hope they don't. I hope they don't have another verdict. I'll take the opportunity to tap out here. Hit the red source.
Gotcha. Pass through the turn.
Gotcha nose. Gotcha nose.
You have nothing. Pass through the turn. Stop it.
It looks like a Wrath this guy's. Or a Null Drifter. Okay. Okay, they're gonna draw 2 cards.
That's a sign of weakness.
I think if they play Consign, I think I'm just gonna let it resolve. Okay, they just let it die. Which is fine by me too. Okay, if they pass the turn, I think this is a good spot for us because we have Subtlety and Force Negation up. It's not that good actually because we can't hit the planes, although they can potentially play Wrath the Skies for 3. Okay, anyway, we'll go for we'll attack for 5. Well, it is lethal. Okay. If we go Harbinger and they go Supreme Verdict, that would big suck.
Then don't do it.
But I'm also concerned about Flage a little bit, so it would not be the end of the world if they play Supreme Verdict, but it would really, really suck if they did. Well, they're playing fast. Can't be good news. It's never good news when they play fast. It's always bad news. Can you do a double white? Exile this? Well, anyway, we're going to force this.
Yeah, bye.
Oh, they can't. Okay, so if they go Prismatic on this, we still hit for 5.
3, 2.
Yeah, and we won the match.
Ha.
Close, though. I mean, but they can get close. I think it was worth it to play the Harbinger of the Seas there. All right, I hope we saw a little bit of Floodpits Drowner. That was round 1. Let's move on to round 2. So we won the die roll. Our hand is really painful, but I think I just have to keep it. It's got a pretty decent curve. We can go turn 1 Dock Hand, turn 2 Lord. We have Spreading Seas. Some decks, this is going to backfire, but I think this is still going to be a keep. And while in between games, this apparently is Flage.
It's the same thing.
This is the enemy in Earthbound that I had no idea what my brother was talking about. When we looked at every enemy sprite. Anyway, he let us all know if this and Flage looks like the same. If there's any similarities there.
You have Goldfish open. Look it up.
It's gonna overlay over this.
Okay,
yeah,
fine,
can't screw up my. Or hold on, I can do it on the other. Let's get the comparison for people who.
There, it's the same thing. I misremembered.
Okay, here we go.
In my head,
Flage versus this. Oops.
In my memory, they were similar.
Oops, they can't see it. There we go. Place your bets.
In my memory.
But they both have some fieriness to it.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll give you that. Okay. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Well, that is
Primeval Titan.
sort of okay. Oh, that is the worst thing I want to see. That's the last thing I want to see here. Is it good enough? No, I'm just gonna play a Lord. I don't know what this deck is yet. Yeah. I always love the turn 2 Ether Vial. Just god awful. Our opponent is called H2O and Lean.
That's a pretty wild combination.
This is the black-green zombies deck. I just tap and lose control swamp. Stuff can connive.
Don't drink lean. It's very bad
Nope,
for you.
you have no power here, Bowmaster.
Stay away from lean.
Lean no good.
Yes. It's bad stuff.
Okay, Lord. Mutavault's nice. So we can go Lord. I think I'm just going to bash. For 6. We're just going to Goldfish to a victory. I mean, if we draw a land next turn, we can just go Spreading Seas and kill. They might jump block here. Screw up the math. This is why I haven't played my Mutavault yet. Because if I played my Mutavault, that would let my opponent know that, hey, we could attack. We have like an extra attacker by next turn. So you want to deprive that information from your opponent unless you really need it. And I don't need that Mutavault in play at all. Oh, I was just thinking about this card. Flare. What does he make? Sacrifice. Each opponent sacks a creature. Planeswalker with the greatest mana value. Okay, so I can sack this Lord. That's not attacking. That's fine. Why would they... Okay, so what, they have another Bowmasters in hand? That's what you're trying to tell me? Because that's really weird. Oh, they were... I guess they were intending on blocking anyway. See if they play any lands here. They do.
So what's the point of this deck?
It's like... It's like a black aggro deck that they don't care about their creatures. They can sacrifice them and bring them back and this and that.
Same old song and dance.
Lord.
Spreading Seas.
So, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Probably that's just what we do. Spreading Seas and attack with probably just the dock end. Also, I could Spreading Seas and just pass. It's not insane either. And
but
then
you also draw a card.
Then I can tap this thing. They're representing another Bowmasters.
Big card draw.
The way that they're... Oh, no! Yeah, they're representing another bow, and I can't protect this one. That was stupid.
Isn't it ironic?
Now I feel like I should be playing Flare of Denial. Because they're just going to kill my... I forgot about the stupid Master of the Pearl Trident. I forgot everything has 2 toughness right now. And that I thought, oh, you're only going to hit me for 1. Or you can only ping something for an extra 1. But no, when it enters the battlefield, it pings. This was a stupid punt. Alternatively, I could also have tapped one of these things. Alternatively, I could have played my Lord of Atlantis.
Backspace.
Yeah, backspace. Can we have takebacks on Magic the Gathering Online? Okay, I'm just going to actually flare this. It sucks. It's really bad value. That's not what I wanted to do.
I think it's great value.
But this comes into play. I don't have to deal with any
watch
crap.
what you're about to draw.
I can attack for 2. Oh, that was another thing. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a land I could play for the turn, right? Oh, no, that's a land I can play for the turn. I'm just punting all over the place here. Okay, that was just too stupid.
I think the carrot cake, all the sugars.
I ate a carrot cake earlier, so I miss out on 1 point of damage.
You're all hyped up on that sugars. Flopped up on them goofballs.
By keeping creatures off the battlefield, that's like less creatures for them to birthing ritual, to play Flare of Malice. That's such a pain, that Flare of Malice. It's so strong. Well, that's a show of strength. The Marionettes. Can you combo here? You're making your marionette big. What does that mean?
Takes actual real skill to control, like a really articulated marionette.
Well, I drew another lord. That was perfect. Because I have a feeling they're trying to ambush kill one of my lords.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
They're about to get pumped up. All right, come on.
Oh, no blocks? Okay.
Smash them.
Well, turns out that 1 damage would have mattered. But now it doesn't.
Huh!
Oh, I'm going to force them to play Flare of Malice here. Okay, no. They just conceded. Good. Okay, things that we want. Subtlety. Tishana's Tidebinder. Cards that we do not want. I think I want Force Negation specifically to deal with maybe Flare of Malice on their turn, but definitely Birthing Ritual and this Chthonian Nightmare card, because that card is a nightmare. This card is going to suck because they have Bowmasters. Shoot, I just actually added this to the sideboard guide. Oh, so, yeah, okay. I cited out some of these. Okay, I'm supposed to have Silvergill in the deck instead of Floodpits Drowner. So in that case, I'll get rid of all the Floodpits Drowners and 2 Spreading Seas. Helped us win the game, but I don't think it's mandatory. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's better than Tideshaper in this matchup. And submit. Flare of Denial can hit any critical... Like, I think you really want to be countering Marionette and Birthing Ritual and the Chthonian Nightmare. And then everything else is like, so, who cares?
There's an Earthbound enemy. The Marionette.
Yep.
There's 2 of them.
Can you see it?
They're in Threed when it's Spookyville. I remember that.
Which one of these is the Marionette?
Second row.
Yeah?
And then there.
This one?
There's one and
there's a Marionette.
Oh, he mulliganed.
Oh, that's good. What are we going to do? Hand sort of sucks, but we'll keep.
Smash keep.
We
go to 5.
Well, if Tideshaper doesn't die, then that will be good.
I was thinking about going to 5.
Keep that Marionette around.
There he is.
Yeah. Not very big, though. Is it my turn? No, still their turn. What part of pass until next turn does this client not understand out of me? So one good thing with so Flare Denial overall sucks unless you have 1-drops. If you have 1-drops to sack, then it's great. Then you can like get in a little bit of attacks and then sack it as if it was like a Force of Negation or something. It's like a super Force of Negation.
Unearth.
You want to unearth your Fulminator Mage? Destroy target non-basic land. Well, that's a basic.
He knows what he's doing.
Probably. Anyway, I'm going to let it resolve. I don't care.
See what I care.
I do not care. I think I'm going to play this Tideshaper and...
All right.
Ooh, we might play many Tideshapers this game. They want to sacrifice a Fulminator Mage for, I guess, Mutavault somewhere in the future. It's okay with me. Swamp Down. You want to destroy your own non-basic land to deprive me of Island Walk? This thing has Island Walk.
That's tech. Built-in Island Walk.
Yep. One of the very few good abilities from this damn thing. Lives on the dock. You better have Island Walk.
The Dock Walker.
Yeah, the dock walker, the dock hand. Maybe we can just mana screw them to victory. It's looking like that's a possibility. Enters or dies, mill 3 cards. Not in love with that card, but we'll let it resolve.
It's not hard to find work in Rishida.
See if
They have
play
a
more
bustling.
lands.
Sounds like they have a bustling economy.
The economy's not bad.
Jim Cramer on Rishida.
Can you just sacrifice it at any time? Yeah, you can. You can attack, tap, tack. Interesting. Grave crawl. Oh, did that come from the graveyard? Sure. We can't block. It's the good news. Sink into stupor. Coming after my sink? Fulminator Mage.
Fulminator Mage was really big in the what was that deck back in the day?
I have no idea.
You saw it all the time.
Fulminator. Oh, just Jund?
Yeah, that was the one. Whatever happened?
What, yeah, what is that deck from back in the day? One of the most infamous, like, Rocky-like decks in all of Magic the Gathering history.
It's gone.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They sucks for them. There's now like Jund Sagavon. The problem is like Magic is just too mana efficient for what Jund used to do, and also Tarmogoyf just sucks in 2024. I actually don't think Tarmogoyf should even be a remotely playable card. I hope so. Now I hope this attack is not going to bite me.
And that, folks, is the real Tarmogoyf scandal.
Only dump 2 Orcish Bowmasters. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play Tideshaper with Kicker on a swamp. I'm going to hit the basic swamp, and then with against the non-basic swamp, I will tap it down with our dock hand.
Tech.
And then I think on the very next turn... Well, I'll figure out what I'm going to do next turn. I might play Lord of Atlantis and Orishidan Dockhand. Might just play Lord of Atlantis.
3, 2.
Oh, they're not in resign mode yet.
Getting close, though. I mean, look at this. This is bad.
It's not great. They don't have any mana available to them. And if they're not going to get any mana, play anything right here, then they're in a lot of trouble.
Gravecrawl. Haven't seen you since the days of not grunge.
Of grave crawling?
No. Not grunge. What was that deck called?
Dredge?
Yeah.
My brother can't remember any of the old classic names. Okay, let's time to pedal to the metal here.
Grunge was like Nirvana.
Do I just attack for 8 and not care? So I could attack for 6, put them to 9. Yeah, I guess I'll do that anyway. So they have the option to Fulminator Image, blow up my Mutavault. So I can't like tap this thing down, but I think I'll be fine if I force them to do that. And then with this extra dock hand in play, I can freely Flare of Denial, like, I don't know, their 1 play and attack for lethal. You're going to cycle your Unearth. I don't really know exactly where we stand in this matchup, but they have like a lot of dirtly like, I am most concerned about Birthing Ritual. If Birthing Ritual gets online, you probably lose, but like, you get these games where they have all this crap out here. Like, who cares? Okay, this is pay 1 life, sack another creature, crit a treasure.
That's value.
Oh, why did it skip through my turn? Whatever. We can flare this. Am I attacking for lethal? I'm only attacking for 9? Pay 1 life, sack another creature, create a treasure token. Yeah, I have to counter this. That's very unfortunate.
I guess you'll hit the Grave Crawler, which goes to the graveyard, which interacts somehow.
Oh, you know what I can do to win? I can play Sink into Stupor, bounce the
He's
Fulminator
done.
Mage, and win because I can attack with the Lord of Atlantis because the Gravecrawler can't block. Okay, so I was supposed to tap the black sword. I guess it didn't matter. They just drew a swamp, but I was supposed to tap this black source. Then it would have tapped out, and I could flare anyway. Anyway, we won the match. Nice, quick, easy one. So
This was just a bunch of jank.
what's really important is you just don't have any 1 toughness creatures. You have more 1 toughness creatures in your deck, you're going to get smashed by that Orcish Bowmasters. Anyway, that was round 2.
Easy win.
Easy win. Where's that marionette? We didn't even see the marionette again.
So that's from
Didn't come
the
back.
card. It's the exact same.
That's the exact same. Is in the graveyard? No, it's not here. Damn, we can't compare it. Oh well. Okay, that was round 2. We'll move on to round 3. We won the die roll. We've got a curve of like turn 1 dock hand with Sink into Stupor. We can play turn 2 Lord. We have a Mutavault and we can force something, so we'll keep. It's a hand of cards. Cards and stuff. Of all the Earthbound, characters, which one's the most like a Merfolk? Maybe the Starman. Sort of looks like fins.
That's the Starman Deluxe.
Yeah.
I had this guy on a keychain, but I lost him.
Oh, well, boo-hoo.
Hey, it cost me $8. I had to import it from Japan. It's not available anymore. I'd buy it again.
Our opponent mulliganed.
There he is.
There's our Starman. This is the closest I think there is to a Merfolk.
Or this guy.
Oh yeah, actually, do you know what? Yeah, that's way closer. Yeah. Damn. That thing looks ugly as hell. That looks,
As a Merfolk should.
that looks terrible. Yeah, well, there's a lot of really ugly, hideous Merfolk.
Here they are.
Here, this is from Earthbound.
That's the Master of the Pill Trident.
Yeah, and Lord of Atlantis, basically. Where were these things from?
Oh, good question. Deep Darkness, probably.
Yeah, where?
Yeah, they were from Deep
Where
Darkness.
did those guys show up? It's been so long since I've played that game. Just because like I don't feel like playing a game that's gonna take me 24 hours. Without any gimmicks, how long does it take to win at that game? In 2024.
Like 10.
It looks like we are at, what is this? Garden of Frail Eyes. What's the other side? Disciple of Frail Eyes. What the hell? Enters, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, gain X life. What is this? Mono green devotion and frickin'. I don't get it. Is it mono green devotion? Well, if they desperately need mana, we do have Dockhand to like tap their mana down. Or is this just Charbelcher? But I would figure that Charbelcher wouldn't be playing with this land. Or I don't know, maybe they do. Randomly get a creature out. Maybe it's an upgrade. I don't remember how many jank lands Charbelcher was playing. If it's Charbelcher, they're dead. I mean, like, we have just
Everything.
We'll probably just turn 4 kill them at this rate. And we have a force negation, which does not help them either.
Big loss.
What's going to be here? Joroj. Yeah, it's okay, it's Belcher. Ritual into Strike It Rich. How rich do you want to be?
Well, in the world of Earthbound, a hamburger costs like $400.
Recross the paths. If I remember correctly, like that's something worth countering. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a land card. I can't remember if I'm supposed to let this resolve or not. But the problem is with letting resolve, if I don't win the following turn, then I'm in trouble. So what can you do with 4 cards? You can go land, ritual, or you can play the 3 mana ritual. I don't think I can die. Hold on, no. Isn't there a 3 mana add 7 ritual? Ugh, that'd be terrible. But let's say I let this resolve. They still have the 3 mana. Okay, hold on.
There he is.
There's too many bait cards they can hit me with. They can like play land, ritual, and have something else up. Hold on, I need to look up modern Char Belcher.
400 bucks.
Shoot, this is a blue one. I don't want blue Belcher. I want the old Belcher. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Let's counter it.
There you go.
Let's get out of here.
There's a Belcher for you. There's a Belcher.
Wow, we just keep finding the right enemy for each round. Hold on. There is an actual villain called Master Belch. It just burps the entire time. So anyway, this is what we're up against. We're up against Master Belch. Spreading Seas, useless in this matchup. So if I attack for 3, what can I follow up with? I have 10, 12. No, that's not enough for lethal. So I think I should just attack for maximum.
Maximum damage.
Attempt to win next turn. Hopefully that recrossed the paths. Stung a little bit. I just don't remember. I know letting recross the paths resolve is usually like not something you want to do, but I did have like I do have a kill in 2 turns. So maybe it's not bad. Maybe. The problem is if let's say I let them go find Veil of Summer in the main. I don't know if it's in the main. I can't remember. But let's say I let them go find it in the main. That could be my death. That there is a world where maybe I lose. Okay, here's some bad news for the Belcher deck. We have so much interaction, like so much insane stuff. We don't need Spreading Seas. Like this counters Char Belcher. This counters everything. Harbinger of the Seas probably won't be too bad either, because a lot of their cards are red and green. So once you get Harbinger of the Seas in play, you force them to actually just have Char Belcher. Nothing else will work to beat you. So we'll take out the Spreading Seas. Oops, I want this. Sphaloon is probably not good. We'll take that out. And everything else is fine. Actually, Floodpits Drowner is not... It's not useful, but it'll be a flash creature, I guess.
They should...
Is this better than Sphaloon? Maybe this is not better than Sphaloon. I'll keep some Sphaloons in.
You should make a whole bunch of burn creatures based on Calcifer.
Yeah. Sorry, Master Belch. Is this Master Belch? I know there's an even more Master Belch later in the game.
I can't find him on this sheet, actually. That's technically something else. Master Belch was the blue guy. But he's not on the sprite sheet.
We also have Sink into Stupor to mess with our opponents. This hand's not good. It's not good because it might be like okay on the play because of the Harbinger of the Seas. We sort of half...
He mulligan to 6.
They mulligan to 6?
Keep. Snap keep.
Tide Shaper turn 1, Tide Shaper turn 2. Oh, sorry, we're not playing Tide Shaper turn 1. We're playing Vile turn 1. This hand is not that good. Like, the problem with this hand is that, like, it just gets goldfished.
You're running really hot. Keep it going.
Well, I mean, like, if we somehow lose game 2, game 3
they went to 5.
Game 3 should be in the bag. Well, the problem is the more they mulligan, the more they're gonna go for like a turn 1 kill. Not that they have like anything on turn 1, but like they're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for like their best chance.
Keep mulliganing.
It's basically forcing us to have force negation. That being said, we have so many good draws. Like any Hex Catcher, any Flare of Denial, any force negation is good here. And then on top of that, if we don't die by turn 3, then Tashanda's Tidebinder is live.
Come on, go to 4. Like, he's thinking about it.
Blah.
He's actually thinking about it.
That's our opponent right here. Whether they like it or not. Ho ho! The heart of the cards has rewarded us. Oh, this foam thing is like hard. That can't be right. Do they sell replacements? Sure, SMB. They got blue in this deck? Where did that come from? Ruby Medallion.
He swapped his whole deck out.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden it's a storm deck or something. What the hell is going on here?
What the hell is going on?
I am confoozled. I am very confoozled. Okay. Red spells. So they can ritual.
For free.
No, not for free. They got to pay 1 red. I guess it just makes it easier to play Charbelcher. Okay, Metamorphose resolves. Not that I really want to counter this. That's so weird. Harbinger of the Seas is going to be a beating, though. I have a feeling. Only red spells are cheaper, though. Not spells like that. I'm going to play our Hexcatcher. Do you have Subtlety? That'd be hilarious. Okay, we'll play Tide Shaper. Sack Tide Shaper. I think at our upkeep, I'm going to tick up the Vial. Sorry, I'm going to activate Vial at my upkeep, tick it up. Because just in case I need to get the Vial on 3. Because I definitely want to get the Tide Shaper in play with this trigger on the stack. Can I trigger this thing? Okay, trigger on the stack, activate, get Tide Shaper in play. Then we'll take this up just in case I need to get this thing on 3 on a future turn. Another Hexcatcher. I don't really need it right now. Pay 3 life. Just get Harbinger in play. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Attack for 1! Attack for 1 first. All right, your red spells cost 1 less, but good luck casting them.
There should be
the Harbinger of the Seas.
There should be a blue card that counteracts that. Red spells cost 1 more to cast.
Oh, there is. It's called Chill, and they won't reprint the damn card into Modern.
The fuck?
Take that, Master Belch. You like that? You like islands? You hide behind that damn waterfall?
No doubt.
Yeah. This is, like, on the surface, this is not a card I thought would be good in this matchup. But, you know, now we get here. Yeah, this is great.
Ha. I don't have anything to cast anyway.
Oh.
Ha.
LOL. They didn't have anything to cast. Well, you had plenty. Okay, so they're just saying they couldn't cast it. Or Lightning Bolt would have been useful.
Whoa!
Oh, the salt. Oh, the salt.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wizards, ban him.
Well, Wizards isn't in control anymore. It's Daybreak Games. That's a lot. It's been a long time since we get any salt in the...
Fucking vaporize his ass.
We got to give them the good games at the end. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
He's logged off for the whole week. He's
yeah,
done.
Basically.
He'll come back Monday.
Yeah. Anyway, that was round 3. Thanks to Harbinger of the Seas. I'll see you in round 4. We lost the die roll in round 4. Our hand is fine. I'm going to keep it.
They're molding the 6.
We've got potentially...
They're about to go to 5.
Probably I'm going to play this on turn 2. Alternatively, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this hand. If I draw a 2-drop, I'll probably play Tide Shaper blind turn 1, like a 2-drop turn 2, and then Svaelund turn 3. The hand is pretty balanced, though. Sacred Foundry pass. Well, that can't be good news. Lord. I don't really feel like playing Tide Shaper turn 1 anymore. Yeah, well, let's just go land pass. And I sort of want to keep the Sink into Stupor in my hand to use for Force Negation. Even a Johnny. Damn, I would have loved to counter that. They definitely shock, though, to burn something. So if I played Tide Shaper, they would have... I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have killed it. Maybe they wouldn't have killed it. Anyway, a Johnny resolves. I guess we're going to begin by Tide Shapering the red-white source. So a card I'd like to see right now would be Harbinger of the Seas. That would be a banger. That's not what I want. That would have been great last turn. How many turn 2 vials have we got today? Too many. Too many turn 2 vials. So if they're stuck on 2 lands, that'd be great. Hopefully they play a removal spell with their Ether Hub this turn, lose their energy, we force negate it. Oh, well, okay, forget all those cheesy plans. It's not going to happen today. Oh, they go get a plains. They've been in this crappy spot before. Flage.
There he is.
So I could flare that. They could also use Flage to kill their cat warrior, which then flips the Ajani, but then they have no red creature in play. Okay, I think we just have to let Flage resolve. Kills off our Tide Shaper. Next turn we play Sphaloon. We just take it from there. Sphaloon is big. She's a big girl. She's grown up. Then I guess the following turn we'll play Lord of Atlantis and an Aether Vial. Yeah, I wonder how different this game is. Okay, they have a removal spell here. They've got like Lightning Bolt, or Galvanic Discharge. You have another Ajani. I'm guessing this is Lightning Bolt. Anyway, I don't want to. If they have one removal spell, great. If they have another Flage, that would suck. Well, I'm on too much on defense here. Like I can't take the damage. I'd go to 11. Yeah, we'll block.
Johnny.
I'm hoping this is Lightning Bolt or Galvanic Discharge. Yeah, we'll force that. We're gonna pitch a Lord. And I'm gonna use another Lord to pitch for this flare.
Ha! She took the hit.
Guide of Souls comes down.
This guy really needs to put some pants on.
This person?
Yeah. Like, come on. I wonder what he's wearing.
Okay,
pants.
let's start drawing some cards. Ooh, that was phenomenal.
That's going to be a beating.
It will be a beating. Yeah, we will definitely play that.
Goodbye.
No more red mana.
No more anything.
So I just have to raise a Guide of Souls and a Cat Warrior. So we can hit for 3. We play Lord. We can attack for way more. Yeah, we're winning the race as it is. But if they draw like a bunch of white creatures, we could be in trouble. And they are gaining life actually for every... No, what are you going to go get? So I could flare this. Sack Sphaloon. Take 5. Sorry, take 3. Play Lord. We're sort of losing that race. No, not necessarily. Actually, nothing attacks. Okay, so I'll flare this. I'll sack Sphaloon. It's definitely not where I want to be though. That was not what I wanted to do. And then a Lord can stabilize on the ground. Yeah, don't attack with everything. And if we can draw a Spreading Seas or a Tide Shaper, that'd be perfect to hit that plains. There it is. All right.
Yes.
No more playing cards for you.
Another one.
That was a very good draw. Because they'll probably attack with this Cat Warrior. And then I'll flash in the Dockhand and block the crap out of it. So a lot of people are asking, what is the matchup like versus
it's great
Energy?
now.
It's not great. It's about it's even. It's about 50-50. They'll play the Wang Ring. That's fine. Oh, they got Gigantha. It's 50-50. You can we win games like this, and then there are games where they just steamroll us. But it appears to be 50-50. I don't have the long run numbers, but it given the results coming from the Merfolk community, we are not getting completely crushed anymore. Maybe we are even ahead. I don't know, but I do know if you play the main deck Spreading Seas plan, we are in really good shape.
Lord.
Or we're in good enough shape, I should say. We don't need anything. We've got lethal in play.
3, 2, 1.
Just attack 3 times. We'll attack once. They have to block with the Guide of Souls on the Lord of Atlantis.
So wait, is he wearing pants?
Of course. Of course there's pants. There's multiple pants. Look, you see that? You see these ripples here?
It was hard to see from a different...
The ripples. Of course, tons of pants.
Flying pie.
Oh! Found a plains. It's not good for us. Okay, let's hope that there's no static prison. Static prison. Actually, it's interesting. If they go for static prison, they take Harbinger of the Seas. We can attack with Mutavault and the Dockhand. Where are we drawing next turn? Yeah, that was not good. But apparently the plains was useless. Okay, cards that we want. I don't even know what we want. I don't remember. What's my sideboard plan? The sideboard plan is complicated. So we're on the draw. Okay, I know I don't want Lord of Atlantis on the draw. Too many Lord of Atlantis is... Like, Lords are actually the weakest card in the deck because we're not going to race them. It's impossible. And also, they're just really, really clunky on the draw. So I know I take out the Lords on the draw. Sorry, at least Lord of Atlantis. I take out 2 on the play and 4 on the draw. Also take out some Dockhands. Oh, take out Flare of Denial on the draw. Because I don't want to sack my creatures on the draw. We're going to bring in Subtlety, Dismember, and Chalice of the Void. Subtlety, Dismember, Chalice of the Void, just play on 1. So the whole game plan is cheese them out. And I'm only taking out some Dockhands because you got to take out some 1-drops so that your Chalice doesn't trip over your own cards. Or your own cards don't trip over your own Chalice. Otherwise, I think Dockhand is a pretty decent card on the draw. If I wasn't playing Chalice, I'd probably keep some more Dockhands as a turn 1 play.
You should be able to have 5.
Our hand is actually sort of nice. I'm going to keep it. It does have that Chalice. I'm going to Subtlety some random card. We do also have Spreading Seas. Ugh, that's the worst card to see. I hope they put it on the bottom. Because that, like, undermines everything that we're doing here. If they put it on the bottom, good.
He's got
Good.
He's got another one in hand.
They might. That's fine. And we'll play Chalice first.
Yes. Love to see that Chalice slammed.
If we can. Oh, they're playing the 1-drops. They know. Oh, God. Yeah, that's not good.
Turn too slow.
Well, it's not good here. Okay, so they're going to make, what, 2 1/1s? Okay, so we can go Chalice, bounce 1 with the Sink into Stupor. I didn't think about that. I could have dumped the Spreading Seas, especially we're on the Chalice of the Void plan here. Well, there's a lot of problems we have to deal with.
One problem at a time.
Yeah, I guess so.
First one, Richard Garfield. Then we'll deal with this.
So they're going to make 2 more tokens. Yeah.
Oh, these things multiply.
Yeah, that's interesting too, but I got to deal with... Well, actually, I don't have to deal with squat right now. Yeah, I could just play a Harbinger of the Seas. Pass. Yeah, just pass. You want to attack? You're attacking into a Harbinger of the Seas. Yeah, this is not a bad spot here. They're going to have to crack their Marsh Flats for plains, but it's going to shut the red mana off. So red offline for the rest of the game. For like Flage, for example. Yeah, this is not bad. It puts a blocker, so they don't want to attack with their pride.
Their wounded pride.
Well, I guess they could play a Johnny. That'd be a problem. Oh, but they don't have a red creature in play, so it's awkward.
Ha! Yep. What are you going to do?
Hopefully nothing.
You called it. They got nothing. And they're doing nothing. Sweet.
Yeah, that's the plan. I feel like just playing another Glasspool Mimic to have insurance on the battlefield. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's cast this. Let's copy our Harbinger of the Seas, just in case something happens to the first one. Just in case.
Now they should be double islands.
I'm gonna keep the Sink in hand because I still want to bounce these prides. I don't exactly know what I want to do here. Oh, I can also get rid of one. Okay, here's a Johnny.
Maybe you could stun that guy.
Well, it's gonna flip, unfortunately.
Flip the fork out.
Why are they attacking with both prides? That seems insane.
What do they have? Oh, nothing.
So this thing... Oh, you can also put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So I double block. So double block. You buff all of these. But then I Floodpits Drowner this thing, attack it to death. Okay, let's see if that actually works. They might just make another army. I'd really like to get rid of these stupid things.
Ha.
And I do have the option to like sink the Ajani.
Sounds good.
Okay, they are going to put a counter on everything. Can I draw a land?
Yeah.
To play. So I don't want to keep that. Well, I don't really want to play that land. That land is not a good card to play. Oh, it went to 5. Where did I miscalculate? Oh, this +2 is so much stronger. Okay, that was not part of the plan. Yeah, that was not part of the plan. Because I thought I was going to play Floodpits on this Cat Warrior, kill the Ajani. But that's not happening at all here. And if I Floodpits now, they lose the stun counter. Drat. So I could sink the Cat Warrior, attack Johnny down to 4.
I mean down to 1.
Sorry, yeah, down to 1. Attack for 4, down to 1. I could also just Spreading Seas, gamble.
Yeah, I love that gamble. That sounds like a plan.
It's not a reliable plan. Although, like, I could Spreading... I could Spreading Seas, see what I draw, and then even if it sucks, I can play Otawara, still play Drowner, tap this thing, and then attack a Johnny. This just doesn't feel like a good line. I could also sink this, attack for 4. If you want to make a cat, that's okay. And I still have Floodpits Drowner for next turn. If you put a +1/+1 counter on everything, I can Floodpits Drowner and then probably Otawara it in the future. Okay, maybe that's just a more reliable line. Okay, we'll sink this right now. And I just hope they just don't keep playing
anything.
I think there's only one thing they can play, and that's Ajani's, because anything that's 1 mana gets countered, and also anything that's red they just can't play. Okay, so they are gonna go on this aggro line. Wonder if they're gonna attack with 1 and leave 1 back. Yeah, go get that Jigantha. Not a cat.
Huh.
Interesting.
Put that on too.
Yeah, I could. It would screw me.
Right.
So I will not do that.
No cavern.
Just gonna keep boosting your stupid cats. I guess so. Okay, well, we're gonna Spreading Seas. Now I sort of want an Island Walk Lord or something, or another land to play this Otawara. Yeah, actually another land would be good because then I can go Floodpits Drowner at end of turn.
Big.
And then potentially attack a Johnny to death.
Land.
That's good enough, actually. Okay, so we'll play this. I want to keep 1. Keep this one.
Tech.
Play Lord.
Island Vuk.
Island Vuk. And then we'll attack a Johnny. Johnny going down.
Goodbye.
So we can race these 3/3s, especially with the Floodpits Drowner.
All right, your move, pal.
Yeah, your move.
Just pass through your turn.
Energy player. It's time for that thumbnail to cash in here. Cash in for big bucks. Everyone's really excited to see this Floodpits Drowner in action. Well, here it is. Literally doing something. I'm pretty sure we're going to play that Spreading Seas,
yeah.
Hold on, how much damage can I take? This is still critical. Okay, I can attack for 8, take 6, go to 4, play Floodpits Drowner, tap it. I can even exchange. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, that works out.
Land.
If we don't draw land, it's okay. That's not okay, because we cannot cast that card.
Smiley face.
Yeah, with the tear. Oh, what deck is this? What enemy in Earthbound or creature represents the energy deck? Oh, is there not like an electric bolt thing? Yeah, we found it. Hold on. Wow, Earthbound is like the Simpsons. It represents like every archetype. You know, Earthbound's done it. Okay, so here is this this represents the energy deck that we're up against here. I don't even remember where that guy came from.
The boss lair for Pooh.
Right, yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. All right, big time. Wow.
Chalices. I guess. Is there any way I can get screwed over? Probably not. Just attack for 8.
Why not Mutivault?
It's an island.
Oh, right.
We're gonna get the concession out of this with this Floodpits Drowner. We're gonna get the concession. The Super Trickster.
3, 2, 1. Whoops.
Yeah. Don't hit the microphone.
That was a bit too much. I'm too excited. Just can't hide it.
Well, opponent, you can attack.
Say something. Like the last guy.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Where's the Earthbound thing? Oh, I got rid of it. Whatever. All right, we won the match. And I think somewhat...
Good games. Ethan Harbinger is sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
It is.
Wow.
Our opponent had everything. Yeah, 1-drops galore. That's why I got rid of that Ragavan on turn 1. Because that was just going to undermine everything. They were just going to have all the mana that they needed for the mana screw plan. And I wonder if they had the Ragavan the entire time, but they just wanted like, hey, we got to get these 2 Oscillate Prides out. They had a heavy 1-drop hand anyway. What is this? Damage can't be prevented this turn. Fear Fire Foe deals X damage to target creature and 1 damage to each other creature with the same control. Oh my god. We desperately needed that Harbinger of the Seas. Okay, that was round 4. And like I said, this is like a 50-50 matchup. It worked out our way. Maybe it's a little bit higher, but I think it's objectively, or just to be safe, it's a 50-50 matchup if you build the deck like this. Let's move on to round 5. It's round 5. We are on the draw. Our hand is, if it didn't have Harbinger this season, it'd be a bad hand. But because I can go turn 2 Lord of Atlantis and then protect a turn 3 Harbinger with Flare of Denial, I'm going to keep it. Just because Harbinger of the Seas is just like the best card in like 90% of the matchups.
And here we go.
We might be up against another energy deck.
Pretty sure the last time you played this player, this Fuko, he whooped ya.
Fuko Fatuo. Gravecrawler. Maybe this is the same matchup as last time. Another zombie deck. That's a great draw. Drawing Dockhand turn 1 with the Flare of Denial up. So now if they go Birthing Ritual, we have Flare of Denial in response. We are going for a 5-0. If you've skipped through this video, I don't know why you would.
Because it's been a banger.
Yeah. I choose not to block. I don't feel like it.
Fudge.
Also, I have to also say that Harbinger Disease is probably going to do nothing here if they just fetch out basics. And I think they're pretty swamp heavy. The deck is pretty swamp heavy, these zombie decks. I think some of them are mono black. Stitcher Supplier. don't like this thing resolving. But I don't want to flare this. Birthing Ritual goes to the graveyard. Flare of Malice goes to the graveyard. Actually, this was pretty good for us. No useful creatures went to the graveyard. Our hand gets better and better and better. I'll just play a Lord and Lord and attack. If they block with their Stitcher Supplier, that's fine. Oh, they want to baby it. They want to hold on to that Stitcher Supplier. Yeah, you hold on. You hold on for dear life.
Was the Stitcher Supplier banned, but then unbanned?
No. They banned Hogak instead. They're fetching out swamps.
Oh, that was a tough choice. Which one?
Yeah, it probably was. The market already decided at the time. It's like Hogak was worthless, even though it was like one of the most powerful cards in modern history at the time.
That was a wild season of Magic.
Yeah. You saw it here at the time. I didn't shy away. I didn't start playing some other deck. No, I powered through it with Merfolk, like every other archetype.
Here's the zombies.
Ooh, the zombie deck. Man, the Earthbound just has everything. Unbelievable. Flare of Malice. You sack the Gravecrawler. So I guess countering this doesn't do very much, so I guess we're just going to let it resolve. Look at that. I don't know. It's like Earthbound predicted every archetype
in Magic the Gathering.
In Magic the Gathering, the year 2025. Yeah, there it is. Looks the same.
There actually was that one AI-generated Magic card that was a zombie, and it was basically this guy with the red pants. I showed you.
Yeah. Spreading Seas.
Yep. It's good.
So the question is, do I go Harbinger of the Seas or Sveiloon? Probably just Sveiloon. Yeah, probably just Sveiloon. Start drawing cards. Oh, actually, perhaps I should attack for 1 first. Oh, I see. You want to keep this around so you can keep sacking the Gravecrawler over and over again. I get your shenanigans. Oh, I'm at 13 life. What the hell? How did that happen? Oh, I shocked my... I bolted myself. Of course. So now if there's going to be a Flare of Malice, that'll counter. I'll counter that. I'll toss my Flare of Denial. And I think that's their only hard removal spell in game 1. And then on next turn, I'm probably going to attack with the Sveiloon, holding up 3 mana. What the hell is this? Let's give you Revolt or something? For Fatal Push? I thought Fatal Pushes are in their sideboard. I could be wrong. Or maybe they're just bluffing, like it's a free roll. Okay, so it looks like they just didn't have anything else to do with their mana. In fact, I don't know why, but my Sveiloon has no damage on it. Oh, okay, the damage came back. Sveiloon can bleed. Okay, that I don't like. Another creature and artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Each opponent loses 1 life. No. Can't have that one around here.
Too strong.
Yeah, that's a lot of synergy. It's a lot of synergy I don't want to deal with at the moment.
Moment by moment.
Tide Shaper is great, because now we can go Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper.
Yeah.
But let's draw a card first.
And then draw another card with Spreading Seas.
Another Harbinger of the Seas.
You gonna block?
Probably not.
Didn't think so.
So now all future lands that they have will all come into play as islands. They're really babying the Stitcher Supplier. That card How big of a nightmare? That is a big nightmare. Okay, we'll Flare of Denial this, sacking another Harbinger of the Seas.
You got one more.
Yep. Okay. Like the key cards I think you want to counter are the Nightmare, the Birthing Ritual, and the Marionette.
There's too many.
And maybe in some cases it's not even worth going after the Marionette.
Gravecrawler.
Okay, huge. Lords.
I wonder what's in their hand. Well, it's not useful right now.
What are you talking about? You can take them off double black. Oh.
Keep drawing these damn Harbinger of the Seas. But now I'm wondering, like, is it better to, like, play Spreading Seas first? Nah, I should put, like, a random creature on the battlefield.
We can block.
Yeah. And then next turn I'll play Spreading Seas on a swamp, go for the Tide Shaper.
Come on, play a
or
dual land.
Seas and a Tide Shaper. Another thing is, if you get Harbinger of the Seas in play, then if they play a fetch land, that sucks. If they play a fetch land, it can't get green for the Birthing Ritual. Okay, so what is this game now about? It's pay X life, sack a creature, return Nightmare back to end, return target creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. So you get Marionette. I think that's it. It's the only thing worth getting. Fabricate 1, which puts a random creature in play. Or they could put a +1/+1 counter on this. But this is like the beginning of their synergy. Like, this is how it works. Okay, so here's a good news, actually. Okay, the Nightmare goes back to their hand. I can go Spreading Seas Swamp, then Tide Shaper to, like, shut it down. But they could have, like, another swamp in hand, for all I know.
Big stuff.
Yeah, big stuff.
We need more land.
Lands. Yeah, we need more lands. Okay, give us some more lands.
So we can keep churning these guys out.
Yes.
Come on, 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 come on.
No, that's not good. Oh, hold on. I can still attack with Svaelun.
Yeah.
Can they block? 1, 2, 3. No, it's only 3 power, 3 toughness, and Gravecaller can't block.
Come on, 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 come on.
What's that? I'm not even going to play that. I'm not even going to play that. Do they have anything else to get from the graveyard? Well, that's a bit lucky. They have nothing else in the graveyard. Does it have flying? No, it's just a servo. Okay, so they're going to block with Stitcher's Supplier, maybe to potentially get targets. Yeah, I probably would block if I were you. I'm going to lose some life here. Okay, did you get anything good? Birthing Ritual. That's an ugly one, but I do have Floodpits Drowner for it.
Is this supposed to be Knight of the Reliquary?
No, this is White of the Reliquary, whatever white means in this context. Probably something to do with the dead or something. Sack another creature, search your library for a land card. So, like, I can Floodpits Drowner that card. I think... Like, I want to say playing the Ether Vial is better. I can play Tide Shaper next turn. Choked on mana here. You're going to attack me for 2. You're going to sack some random creature. I have to be careful. I have to be very careful. Maybe playing Tide Shaper is still better. It's close. It's close. Like, I have to playing Ether Vial at this point of the game is like always silly if the game isn't going to go that long, and I could conceivably die really soon because this thing just triggers every single time a creature or artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. So anyway, we're not going to do anything about this. It's going to hit us.
Lord or land?
And I still need to, like, land is going to be really important. Pay 1, sack a creature, create a treasure token. I think I'm just dead. 1, 2, 3. I go to 4. play. I mean, I can't counter it, so it's just gonna have to resolve. Yeah, we were 1 land short. If we hit the swamp, they were probably paralyzed. This is also a good card to counter. Just to let you know.
Darn.
That's too bad. Their hand sort of sucked. Their hand sort of really... Oh, this is just a combo. Oh, they have a 3-card combo here. They sack their Gravecrawler, and if they have more life than we do, then we die.
All right. Let him run out his clock.
No, it's okay. They're demonstrating that we die. Oh, and this thing's a zombie. Okay.
Oh, they're all zombies.
Ah, how disappointing. The game was so winnable. What did I say I want to do? I want to bring in Tishana's Tidebinder, Subtlety, take out all the Drowners, take out 2 Cs, and submit. Well, based on that last match, I haven't played against this deck that much. I played against, like, I think another version of it, like, really early in when Modern Horizons 3 came out. And frankly, like, every deck that came out when Modern Horizons 3 was released is just not the same. I would love to go first.
You will.
1 lander, mulligan.
Not like this. Not like this.
No, this is fine. What to do with this hand, though? I think I could get rid of the Glasspool Mimic. Or maybe not. Maybe we're going to keep Glasspool. Maybe we're going to dump Tishana's Tidebinder. And I could go Lord, Harbinger of the Seas, copy Glasspool, presumably. I want to keep the Force for the Chthonian Nightmare. Or potentially the Birthing Ritual.
Huh? Why didn't you pay life?
Too scared. They're scaredy cats. Okay, Merfolk.
Chubby Meatball's drinking water.
Chubby Meatball loves water. Salud loved water more. But he had kidney disease.
He slipped that shit up all day.
Depending on what gets played, I will snap, force negate it. I just have an innocent Master of the Pearl Trident out. Right of the Reliquary. What is this? It's okay. It gets +1 for each creature card in the graveyard. Sack another creature. Search your library for a land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap. Ooh, search your library for a land card. Search your library, but you can't get rid of lands. You have to get rid of creatures. I think I have to let that resolve. No, I'm really hoping I draw land here. I don't. So in this case, we are going to attack for 2. Probably they're not going to block because I can flash in Hexcatcher.
In theory.
And then very sadly, I have to play this Glasspool Mimic. We cannot cast anything in our hand. Unfortunately. Super sad. Big sad face. You might ask, do I regret not playing this? Yes, I have regrets, but I still stand by doing it. Malevolent Rumble, I'll force that. Because that can put a 0/1 Eldrazi, which can be sacked off of this White of the Reliquary.
Is there a Knight of the Reliquary?
What the hell is this? Spymaster's Vault. Our creature control connives. Rex the number of creatures that died this turn. Huh? Is there what?
Is there a Knight of the Reliquary card?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's just sort of
it's
like...
been stone unplayable for years now. Well, unless you're playing Legacy. Can you sack itself? Sack another creature. Oh, now I get the land.
Yep.
See, that's the problem, like, with...
Magic the Gathering.
Because this card is so useful in my hand. And if I could just draw a land, like I really wanted to copy the Master of the Pearl Trident there. Yeah, that's very, very, very disappointing. Okay, let's see if we can trade. If we trade, I think I would be somewhat... Am I happy with that exchange? Well, now I'm... This is a sign of weakness! Okay, I guess I will do nothing. I'm scared. I will just play this. It's also a possibility that they'll block and that activates Fatal Push. I know they have Fatal Push in their sideboard. I don't think there's a lot of great ways to deal with a Harbinger this season. Just Flare Malice, I guess. And then if we can get Tashawn's Tidebinder in play, then Flare Malice is offline too. I wonder what's in their hand. I didn't know they had the Rumble card in their deck. I've not looked at a lot of lists, but I guess some of them are playing the Rumble card. Marionette online. Ooh, that's good. That's good synergy. Yeah, that's good. Our opponent might sack the servo right now. I didn't play anything for 2 mana, which implies my hand might be full of 3 drops. 3 drops like Tashanda's Tidebinder.
Or 8 drops like Platinum Empyrean.
But then maybe they're thinking, well, I want to block. Oh, they're going to Flare of Malice? That's so rude. So rude.
You'll get another one.
They got rid of the stupid Marionette, too. Is this a Star card? I think so.
Is this the toughest?
Oh, no, it's not. It's a 2/2. Huh?
Is this your toughest matchup in Modern right now?
No. The toughest matchup is damn energy. Well, let's say I don't know actually what's the toughest matchup now that I've shored up the matchup by quite a bit. You're attacking with your right. Oh yeah, it's vigilance. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Good for you. That's good for you, opponent.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're going 4-1. It's okay. We're going 4-1. We had a good run.
I wanted the 5-0.
Yeah, well, we all want a 5-0. Oh, looks like they're gonna play into our hands here.
Trickbinder.
It's not Trickbinder. It's Tashanda's Tidebinder.
It's the same thing. You get nothing.
Again, I wish I had that. What's it called? Glasspool Mimic in hand.
You know what would make this game a lot more interesting? If you didn't draw a card at your upkeep.
There you go. That's the big problem card. This card is very evil.
It's basically Birthing Pod.
It's better. You can look at the top 7 cards. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, and then after you look, you can choose to sack something, and I can't interact with any of it. It's pretty wild. There's the Marionette. It's good synergy. There's that birthing ritual. It's birthing. It's giving birth. It's giving birth to a weird-looking rabbit goat thing. Well, we need like spreading seizes, and spreading seizes very fast. Can I attack with anything here? Can I attack with my Tidebinder? You can double block with the right and a servo. Leaving only a Marionette. I think that's fine. Hopefully I'm bluffing Hexcatcher here, and they just don't want to block at all. Ha! Well, they're just going to block with one thing and get value, which is fine. But whatever, less creatures on the battlefield, the better. I'll show them what we had. We had nothing. Oh, we had a Mutavault. We had a Mutavault. So what, the birthing ritual triggered and they just didn't find anything? Because they didn't sack anything.
Top 7 sucked.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, they're doing things.
Yeah, here comes the Warren Soul Trader. No, these cards, like I said, you don't want those on the battlefield. They get good value. They create a lot of blockers. They create the combo potential, and it can like, well, yeah, they can kill you with the combo, but also they can just kill you fairly. Like it just makes it hard to make blocks, just block random stuff. What is this? Do you want it dead?
Yeah.
I suppose so. Okay, so I'm just gonna pay 1 life to lose it. We need Spreading Seas into... I don't know. Looks pretty bad. Well, they've run out of cards. So if they brick, okay, if we do draw Spreading Seas into, say, Lord, and they just brick for a little while, maybe we can win from there. What is this worded exactly? I just know it as like, oh, you sack something and put cards in play. Look at the top same cards of your library. Then you may sack a creature. If you do, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from among those cards onto the battlefield where X is +1 the sacrificed mana value of the creature. Put the rest on the bottom. Okay, so it's exactly like Birthing Pod. They found a Stitches Supplier off of the token. This deck is built differently enough. I wonder if they even have Orcish Bowmasters. We didn't see that game one. Not that it matters here. Huh. Let's keep attacking. It's the only one you want through. So this thing dies. I take 2. Basically, we need things to go really right for us, like super, super right, and it has to happen super fast too.
They have diarrhea. They have to go.
Yeah, they disconnect. They could disconnect. Power lines blow up.
A transformer right outside their house just explodes.
Yeah, kaboom! Fireworks.
Come on. Stranger things have happened.
Not really. Oh, I didn't even realize. I forgot about the artifact part of this thing, and all the treasures are artifacts. So just randomly cracking the artifacts for mana is draining me by ×2. Oof. Okay, I've seen enough.
Well,
I'm just dead.
It was a great league. 5-0.
Well, no, it's not 5-0.
It's a Jund 5-0.
It's a Merfolk 5-0 for sure. But the Merfolk 5-0 is going 3-2. All right. I don't like. I guess this card did stuff. Not really. It was not that important.
We saw it at the end of round 4.
We saw a little bit in round 1 too. We flashed it and it was a random creature. Like right now, like having a Merfolk Trickster in the deck, I just don't think it's important whatsoever to getting any edge in the current modern metagame. I do think that this card is awesome though. I think it's really good. I would pre-order for it, put in your toolbox, and then when it becomes a more creature-centric metagame, like if, for example, if Hammer Time came back, or, you know, like, I don't know, Merfolk is somehow a really big deck, you know, it would be very, very good in the mirror, or it'd be decent in the mirror. I guess in that case, Trickster would be better than Floodpits Drowner in that metagame, or I think Floodpits would be good versus a Murktide deck that is not playing with Bowmasters, if such a deck came into existence. But anyway, yeah, I do think this card is good. I just wouldn't play it right now.
Great showing for the rest of the deck.
Yeah, great. I think Merfolk is totally fine. If you're afraid that energy is going to whoop you badly, just know that you have a 50-50 chance versus it. At least if you're playing with the Spreading Seas main Chalice and sideboard plan, that is just going to be quintessential to beating that matchup. You have to cheese them out, and we do have enough cheese power to do it. And I think if you sideboard as I showed you, especially on the draw, on the play you bring Flare of Denial back in, and you take Force Negation out on the play, because you don't want to. The card disadvantage is too bad, and you could bring some Lords back in as a result because you're on the play. You can be a little bit more aggressive. I think the energy matchup is completely doable. All right, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy Merfolk from here.
It was a great league.
If you watch to the end, there's going to be a lot of Pioneer content coming up because I got to prepare for a regional championship coming up in November. And also, NRG Series Chicago, I'm going to be there playing Modern and Pioneer Merfolk. All right, my fish fam, take care. See you next time.
Bye.